A lot of people say, me and the ex-wife, Ariel, we rushed into the marriage. We waited a solid 2 weeks. Now I say this is because I want to give you the image of this, because this isn't the image we used to have, where I wrote her every day in Afghanistan like it was a notebook novel. On the lie at the end of the movie they tell her to sharpen her memory. Alright, you've seen the Notebook. I decided to handle this two ways. I could come up here and I could bash her, but we have a child and he listens to all these recordings, so if can I cuss? Alright, so if I drop a fuck you, he listens to that. I'd rather deal with that than why are you calling mommy terrible names? He does ask me weird questions. Like he asked me what 6 and 9 meant. Alright, he's 3, can't chain them together yet. Can't impress you guys. What's been going on in my life? My friend drowned. Oh. It has a silver lining. I wouldn't be telling you this if it didn't. They gave him CPR and they brought him back to life. And I went to visit him. I was like, dude, you died and you came back to life. You know what that means, right? You're a zombie. I'm sorry I have to do this to you. No, that was a joke about somebody dying. I do jokes like this because of my grandpa. He's no longer with us. For Ford's, he was a jokester and he had the originals like pull my finger, and he had unorthodox methods. He had us go up to the hospital 4 times, going, I'm dead. Just kidding. On the 5th time was the final time. He was gone. And when they told us, they're like, Grandpa's gone. I'm like, really? No way. You're messing with me. This was an ingenious plan. On the 4th, at the hospital on the 4th time, he goes, Jeremy, I'm going to be gone soon. I want you to make my funeral fun for Grandma. She's not allowed to cry. Fun because it's in the name of the funeral. It's a fun one. All right, you're with me. And then he tells me a few other things which we're going to pan out, because if this was a movie, we'd pan out because when we whisper, that would ruin the plot. So we get to the funeral, we get to the casket. My grandma's beside me, and I got to make this fun. So I reach into the casket and I said, look, Grandma, I got Grandpa's nose. What I didn't realize behind me was my little niece Bethany. She started screaming. She goes, you got to give Grandpa's nose back. How can he smell things in heaven? I said, he doesn't need it where he's going. So then I give her his nose, and I start giving out the other things he used to do. I gave out the horsey to Sammy, and I gave out to the other horsey to Uriah, and I yelled at Tiffany for ripping out his dentures. I'm like, it's imaginary stuff, not real stuff. And then we're about to move him to where the pasture is, and he does his boring little speech. So just before we move, I get the mortician to give him have his arm going a thumbs up. So when they roll him in, it was real cool. It somehow turned. All the while, Grandma is laughing, and I'm really going to do it when we sit down because she's not supposed to come out. I really do it. So I start prodding her with more jokes, and I get her rolling so hard everyone thinks she's crying, and I feel real bad for her. This is almost a mission accomplished, by the way. I didn't plan for little Sydney to sing, little 3-year-old to sing Amazing Grace. Yeah, nobody plans for that, and there ain't one of you that wouldn't cry like that. This guy knows. But we did make it. We carried him out. I was a pallbearer. We shook the casket, yelled turbulence because my last name is Cessna. During the 21 gun salute, he bribed the American Legion to do a Roman candle salute. So we'll go back to what he was talking to me about at the hospital. He goes, Jeremy, just because I'm gone doesn't mean we can't have fun. I was like, I know, bro. He's like, come in and give me a hug. I said, he goes, Jeremy, guess what? I said, what? He's like, I got your nose. Give it back or I'm going to unplug the machine. I love you, Grandpa. He's like, I love you too. One more thing, Jeremy. Unplug my heart rate machine. I want to scare the nurses. That guy.